Whoa. This presentation is on the sociology of natural disasters by Riley Hoover and my partner Felix Woodward.
Natural disasters is a popularized phrase referring to natural hazards like hurricanes, wildfires, floods, landslides, etc. When we think of natural disasters, we are thinking of how natural hazards interact with human-built societies. Some of the causes of natural disasters can be fracking, pollution, human social and cultural systems, mining, deforestation, and global warming.
Fracking is where people drill into the earth to collect oil of all types. It affects natural disasters due to the fact that when they drill into the ground, it disturbs the ground, leading to earthquakes. It has induced many earthquakes because of the hydraulic fracturing operation.
Mining has some positives, but there are a lot of negatives that come with mining. Mining has changed land, water, and has an impact on deforestation. There has been proof that mining has released many bad minerals into the air, the water, and overall throughout the environment. These factors play a role into the earth changing and changing how natural disasters impact the earth.
Deforestation is when a large amount of trees and forests get tore down. It impacts the earth negatively all over. It's a worldwide problem that has led to carbon being released in the air, causing global warming.
Global warming increases temperatures in the ocean and in the atmosphere, leading to the ocean rising and causing the hurricanes to worsen. There are theories that global warming impacts natural disasters, specifically in Europe. It is causing extreme weather like heat waves, storm surges, and so much more. Vulnerability refers to pre-existing conditions that affects people's ability to escape, survive, and or recover from disaster. It's rooted in social inequalities. Physical vulnerability refers to one's geographical location. For example, living on the coast versus living in the mountains. Gender vulnerability refers to how gender or sex can affect people in disaster, like women being more vulnerable than men in some cases. While rich communities are affected by disaster, they have the resources that others do not, so that they can rebuild and recover from disaster.
Natural disasters create many community issues and can cause trauma due to the losses of businesses and lives. It also can cause strain in many people's relationships, like familial issues and especially marital ones. Natural disasters can lead many individuals without homes, businesses, and can potentially take people's lives. Those who live in areas that are disaster prone experience higher rates of losses of life and property. Working class individuals may stay at work despite the risk to their own life, so that others can stock up and prepare for the disaster. One of the biggest social impacts is when businesses and homes are lost. It impacts their finances by needing the money to either stock up and prepare or to evacuate and take care of temporary housing or permanent relocation. According to Forbes, the average American only has about $1,200 saved for emergencies. It has a huge mental impact on individuals if there's a considerable amount of loss of life. There's a considerable amount of grief within the community. Natural disasters typically hit communities small and big. It takes time, money, and effort to be able to rebuild what they lost. In the wake of natural disasters, it's been more observed that gender roles are exacerbated. Without resources, women are expected to work on the home even if they have a job, while their partners are away at work all day. Due to how women and men cope with disasters differently, there can be familial tension and marital issues. Traumatized children may also misbehave, causing more stress on the parents.
Mitigation is defined by the Merriam-Webster dictionary as the process or result of making something less severe, dangerous, painful, harsh, or damaging. In terms of natural disasters, there are three types of mitigation: structural, infrastructural, and non-structural. Structural mitigation is the constructions made with the purpose of reducing the risk and or harm done by natural disasters. For example, flood levees, earthquake-resistant construction, evacuation shelters, dams, etc. Infrastructural mitigation is making an effort to create resilient structures and facilities needed for the continued operation of a society. Examples are power lines, communication lines, roads, etc. Non-structural mitigation is the use of knowledge, practice, or agreement to reduce risks and harms from natural disasters, usually via policies, public awareness, and education. For example, building codes, land use laws, and programs for public awareness.
The ecological consequences to natural disasters comes from the environment and people contributing. Deforestation has been a main factor behind climate change, which has affected various areas of the environment. What species live in an area, what they eat, and trees. Purify air affected by pollution, filter pollution in the soil, and also absorbs and filters stormwater. These contributing factors play a big part in how natural disasters occur and how much it disrupts. One of the biggest issues that arises in the wake of a disaster is when the trees and water. When a natural disaster occurs, it typically destroys land, houses, and the environment. It can change habitats and change how animals live and can affect how humans live as well. It also impacts the surrounding water. It leads to debris, which can cause pollution affecting the aquatic life and can impact agriculture. Although there are many negatives with natural disasters, there are some positives when it comes to the environment. When a natural disaster occurs, typically ones that involve water, it can bring back life to old forest and can bring nutrients back to the forest and allow for plants to grow and trees to flourish.
There have been many losses due to natural disasters, and some of the more prominent ones would be Hurricane Katrina and Sandy. During Hurricane Sandy, the death toll was 140 people. In 2013, an EF5 tornado hit Moore, Oklahoma, resulting in 24 deaths and 212 injured. It destroyed 1,150 homes, and it also caused $2 billion worth of damages. In the aftermath, Glenn Lewis, the mayor of Moore, announced he would be attempting to pass an ordinance that required all new housing projects to have a storm shelter or safe room.
Hurricane Katrina played a huge part in social and economical toll. Hurricane Katrina not only took nearly 1,200 lives, it took millions of people's money and jobs, nearly $2.9 billion in wage losses. Hurricane Katrina took place in 2005 and still has an impact on the social and economics in New Orleans.
Flooding causes nearly $400 billion of damages, and nearly 200 people die yearly due to flooding. Flooding causes social impacts as well. People lose their homes, cars, and uh, has psychological impacts. It causes many issues that are not brought to light due to how slow flooding happens and how quickly it goes away.
Tornadoes happen very quickly but can cause a lot of damage. Tornadoes can tear a home apart in seconds, leaving people without a home and in hundreds to thousands of dollars in debt. Tornadoes cause $1.4 billion of damages in the US alone.
All right.